Hey everybody, Vanish001 here, and today I am on a Wookiee hunt. I'm gonna go get me some Wookiees, mate. I'm gonna C4 them, I'm gonna knife them, I'm gonna shoot them with my shotgun. We all know what this list's become, they just like sitting up on that hill. So my usual routine now is to go up and fucking get them, mate. I'm not gonna let them sit up there, eh? You'll see a couple of moments where I got a bit too enthusiastic about that, so I left those in. You can see it coming up soon enough. So this video I'm going to talk to you today about a question Jay Kaiser asked me. What's your opinion on Australian censorship when it comes to video games? Do you think it's overkill or justified? Now, recently here in Australia there has been a push for R18 classification on video games. Now whether that will solve the problem, well, the perceived problem, I believe, I don't really know. I mean, we have MA15 games at the moment, which simply means a few games were certified RC, which is banned classification, and they were resubmitted with, you know, fixes and tweaks and certain things taken out, and they were given an MA rating. So the push now is to make that R18 classification permanent, and you have to be 18 years old to buy certain games, but I don't think it's really going to work, because how many parents buy their children stuff they shouldn't watch already, video games they shouldn't play already? How many brothers and sisters already buy their little brothers and sisters video games and that they shouldn't be playing, videos they shouldn't be watching? So I think it's really the government being out of touch with what people are actually doing on the internet and in video games these days, who are actually playing these games. I don't say that a majority of adults are playing games like that. I do believe a lot of children still do, but I think it's more of a parenting issue. I'll get into that a bit later on. My personal view on censorship in general, not just in video games but in movies and that, is it can be excessive and it can be detrimental to a free society. That sounds a bit, you know, long-winded and a bit up myself, but you know, that's the way I feel. I don't think we should be censored by our government. I think we should be censored by ourselves and the people around us. You know, your friends, you're not going to watch a certain thing that your friends say, oh man, you're fucking, oh fucking, you're watching that, you know? So it's a self-regulating system, I believe. You have to be fucking adult enough to stand up to your children, adult enough to stand up to your friends and say that's fucked up, you know? That's how I feel about it. Now, Grand Theft Auto 3 was banned. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was banned, but they were both resubmitted and edited, and we got MA15 certification on them. So there are quite a few that have over time been banned. You know, it's a lot of them are like Shell Shock Nam 67, Leisure Suit Larry, you know, The Punisher. Yeah, there's just so fucking many. Actually, I'm looking at a list right now, and you know, San Andreas was at a time, it was reclassified after, you know, some editing. Postal 2, 50 Cent Bulletproof. You know, they're all getting this RC rating, and then later on they're being modified and edited, and then they get the MA15 rating. You know, Reservoir Dogs, Interactive DVD. Soldier of Fortune Payback, it was modified and then MA15 release. You know, and the most recent, you know, we've got Mortal Kombat, and that's been like permanently banned, and you can receive a fine for 3 times the value of the game, or $110,000 for importing these games into the country. So, you know, taking the risk is not really worth it. So solving a lot of problems would be to give us an R18 rating. But then again, you know, as I said, people are going to buy it no matter. You know, kids are going to play it no matter. I think it's more of a parenting issue. As I said in the previous video, it's more of a parenting issue. People have to say no to their children. No, you're not playing this. No, I'm not buying it for you. Don't let your brother or sister do it, you know. It's just something that's going to have to be done as on a community level, not actually a legislation that has to be passed, a legislative act that has to be made by the government to stop us from seeing this stuff. Not that, you know, not that they're all that bad. I mean, it's nothing more worse than you would see if you looked up a horror movie on YouTube and then watched the trailer for it. I mean, you're not going to see anything that you've not already seen if you play Mortal Kombat, you know? So, as it all stands, it's pretty much out of everybody's hands, really. The government is going to... There's a swimming Wookiee! Oh my god, it's a rare one. Sorry about that. I'll get back to what I was saying before I just broke out into that madness. So I think the government's very much out of touch with how people view the internet, how they play video games, and who are playing video games. I think parents will still buy their children the R18 games and the children will still play them. And it really does fall down to the parents to say no to their children and, you know, be a parent. Say, no, you're not fucking playing that game. And I hope somewhere in that rambling of sentences strung together, you found your answer there, Jay. So I have one more question too on the video I just put out this afternoon. The original cans, did you see the pre-alpha footage? If so, what did you think of the knifing animation that was shown? I think it's very Killzone 3 like, you know. I do think it looks very cool. Kind of worried about how it will play out with other enemies around you. And you knife someone, kind of, are you stuck in the animation? Can you break it, you know? How much of it is it really going to affect your gameplay? And yes, I have seen some of the pre-alpha gameplay that is out on YouTube. And it does look pretty bloody sweet. And I really can't wait to get into the closed beta that they have for the Medal of Honor limited edition people. So yeah, there we go. It's a rather long, you know, question answered, but I thought it was kind of necessary to get my point across a bit more. So yeah, there we go. Wookiee hunt done. Got them all, mate. 23 of them. Pretty much, mate. 23 fucking Wookiees I killed. Pretty much the same guys a couple of times. Got a couple of nemesis in there. So they're all just running back up on that hill. Stop playing that way, people. Not how you play the fucking game. So I'll catch you again next time, and thanks for watching.